Welcome to Livingstone, Zambia, the real Africa, and the home of Batoka Sky, the ultimate flying experience. Please remain seated and seatbelts fastened throughout the flight. I hope that you enjoy your flight with us today on Batoka Sky. We invite you to come and feel the freedom.
Livingstone Tower from 9 Juliet in the Lima. Good night to you.
Good day, 9 Juliet in Lima. Go ahead.
We 1+3 on board, requesting lift from Maramba for flight to Victoria Falls.
9 Juliet in Lima, cleared lift off for the Falls. Here, QNH is 1020. Change over to 1229. Let's go report one landing.
Lift off clear for the Falls, QNH 1020, 1229, and report landing next. 9 Juliet in the Lima.
If you look below you, you'll see the famous Victoria Falls, named after Queen Victoria of England. At the time of her reign, over 150 years ago, missionary David Livingstone was exploring this region when he began to hear a roar in the distance. As he got closer, the roar grew louder and louder, until on 16th November in 1855, he discovered one of the 7 wonders of the world. Zambia is the source of the river over which we are now flying, the mighty Zambezi. The Zambezi is around 2,700 kilometers long, and at this point, we are about 1,700 kilometers from the source in northern Zambia. The Zambezi River is the 4th largest river in Africa, and during its course runs through Zambia, Angola, Namibia, Botswana, Zimbabwe, and Mozambique before flowing into the Indian Ocean. This river is famous for its world-class fishing, the bird life and wildlife it supports, and the rich culture of the people that live near its banks. But of course, it is the presence of the mighty Victoria Falls, known by the locals as Tunya, or the smoke that thunders, that puts the Zambezi River into a class of its own. The falls are over 1.7 kilometers wide. That's about 1.25 miles. At its highest point, the water falls 108 meters or 350 feet, but we will be flying 500 meters or 1,500 feet above the falls. The big bridge you see was built in 1905. Today it is where the bungee jumpers throw themselves off. The bridge was commissioned by Cecil Rhodes as part of his dream to connect Cape Town to Cairo by railway. Rhodes requested that the bridge be built here because he wanted the train's passengers to feel the spray on their faces while going past, all part of the experience of the Victoria Falls. Below the bridge is a place called the Boiling Pot. You can see why. This is where the water from both sides of the falls meet and where the white water rafters start their daily journey. At high water, over 900 million liters of water per second flow over the Victoria Falls, dropping 108 meters into the chasm below. The falls are 1.7 kilometers wide, with 1.2 of those belonging to Zambia. In 1989, UNESCO listed the Victoria Falls as a World Heritage Site. So for all travelers, this is the place to put on the top of their to-do list. The falls have long been known as one of the 7 natural wonders of the world, joining others like the Grand Canyon, the Great Barrier Reef, Mount Everest, the Northern Lights, the Pericotime volcano, and the harbor of Rio de Janeiro. You might not have heard of the Pericotime volcano. It's in Mexico. Over the last 100,000 years, the Zambezi River has cut 7 previously existing waterfalls into the rock that now makes the Batoka and Songwe gorges. The thunderous spray of this breathtaking spectacle can be seen from over 30 kilometers on land and over 60 kilometers away from the air. You can't miss them. If you look behind the falls, the river twists and turns. There are 7 different gorges, and each one has actually been a waterfall at some time in its life. In fact, 200 million years ago, the Victoria Falls was over 10 kilometers away. Over that time, it has moved slowly up to its present-day position. Before we finish your flight, we'll be flying over the Mosiatunya Game Park right next to our airfield. Be sure to look out for any game. There's antelope, giraffe, elephant, buffalo, and if you're lucky, you might see the only 2 remaining white rhinos in Zambia. Batoka Sky would like to thank you all for flying with us and wish you a pleasant stay in Zambia.